And back on a special edition of Out and About today as we preview TPAC's upcoming blockbuster Broadway season with President and CEO Kathleen O'Brien. Up next, we take a look at the special engagements heading to Music City, but wanted to make sure that we got part of the series too. Fiddler on the Roof, don't want to leave that one out. That's June 25th in 2019.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had that show. A classic, a great show to go from one generation to another, to another, to another. So beautiful music on that one too.
All right, so mark that on your calendars. Fiddler on the Roof, what a classic. We've got one more, and we'll tell you about that as we go through, but also let's talk a little bit about the special shows that are coming. So kind of tell me how the special engagements.
Those are shows that might be repeat shows that we haven't had in a while that we want to bring back, or something different, and we've got some of both on those shows.
You absolutely do. So, oh my gosh, okay. Here's one of the perennial favorites, The Phantom of the Opera.
Yes, yes. We get asked about that all the time. And we did Love Never Dies this past year, and so which was the sequel to that. So we're kind of doing it a little out of order, except that we did Phantom years ago.
Right.
But oh, what do you say about it? It's just Andrew Lloyd's one of his favorite or all-time favorites by many, and brought a lot of people into the theater for the first time. Got all the things you need: choreography, great music, great story.
It's going to bring them back this time, I'm sure.
Yes.
October 24th is the date to mark in your calendars through November 4th on that. Okay, now here comes one, too. This is a can't miss. When you think about the holiday season, Irving Berlin's White Christmas.
Yes, we've had this before. People love it. People look for shows to take their families to during the holiday season, and this is one of those beautiful stories that stays forever, with gorgeous music and very poignant, and it's something that you can bring the whole family to.
All right, so that is something, I mean, when you want to get in the holiday spirit, I tell you, this is the one that can really do it for you. White Christmas. All right, now, I wanted to mention, too, backtrack a little bit, but On Your Feet, now that's part of the regular series. We want to talk about that, because will be coming January 15th as part of the regular season. Right,
that is a story about Gloria and Emilio Estevan. And it takes through how they met, their love life, how they developed a romance and got married, worked together, and maintained that Latino sound without homogenizing it. It's got most of her hits, their hits. It is choreography, it's story, it's music, and you'll be on your feet. It is a fun show.
It's the one that'll have you dancing in the aisles.
Yes, you
absolutely.
Will,
okay. All right. So Wizard of Oz. Now talk about a classic.
Another classic. Yeah. We had Wicked this past year, and so now we're kind of doing these things. Well, now this one's in order, but yeah, it's another classic. Where Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I mean, everybody loves the music and the story from that. It's just. Again, one of those things you get to pass from generation to generation to generation.
Right. People, it's a can't miss. So February 8th on that. All right. The Book of Mormon, another return.
Yes. Nashville has just loved the show.
Have you been surprised how much they like it?
When we first did it a couple of years ago, we didn't know, but I think Nashville has grown, and the appetite for good theater, regardless of what it is, as long as it's good, it's got to be good, and this is. I've been pleased that people want to keep seeing it, or they haven't seen it in a while, or they've never seen it. There's still new people who haven't seen it. So yeah, it speaks
to how many people come to theater, because
yes, it does.
Yes, absolutely. March 12th, 2019 is the date to mark down on that. Rock of Ages, so another. I mean, this is going to be so much fun.
80s music, and yeah, we've had this at least once or twice. And it's just a fun show. It's a party show. Yeah. It is a great date night show, nostalgia. You hear a lot of the great music from the 80s, and a story, you know, there was a movie, and so it's kind of, if you're familiar with that, you're going to be familiar with this, and a fun show for everybody to take a walk down memory lane.
There you go, and you see it on your screen there, April 12th, April 13th on that. Now, let's talk a little bit about, this is, you know, everybody's been buzzing about Hamilton. Are we going to get it? When is it coming? So what can you tell us about Hamilton?
It's coming.
Yes.
We don't have dates to announce yet. We are working with the producers on that, but it is definitely coming. And everybody, I think, knows the story. It's the story of Hamilton. So you get a wonderful history lesson. You are entertained. You're introduced, at least at the time it was new, style of music treatment for a Broadway show. And it is just aesthetically and artistically brilliant. It's brilliant. The dialogue is rich. The characters are fun, yet also you're getting that storyline of Hamilton and how he came to this country and how he rose up through conflict in his own world, and what was going on at the time. So you have the backdrop of what was happening historically and how he made his way through, all the way through to his demise.
What do you think it is about Hamilton, just in particular? Because there's some musicals like Phantom or Wicked and Hamilton, they just literally, they kind of transcend everything that's come before. What do you think? Was there a key to Hamilton just really, I mean, obviously it's so well done, but do you think there's a specific key?
I think it's twofold. One is you've got to have a good story. If you don't have a good story, it's not going to hold up. And Lin-Manuel did an amazing job with the story. But he also did an amazing job. He could brilliantly, geniusly bring in a new style of music, put it on Broadway, untested. I mean, it was untested on Broadway, and has brought a whole new generation. The success of Hamilton is just unseen before. Right. I mean, there have been many successes, but this is just an anomaly. And without his genius of good book, strong storyline, of course great actors, but the musical style. And I think it's opened the door for other musical styles to be presented on Broadway, so it's expanding what Broadway audiences will enjoy and would expect to enjoy.
Oh, that's a great point. Also, just wanted to mention too, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Now that's something that's coming December in 2018.
Another holiday.
A Pirate's Christmas. Yeah,
it is. This is a new producer that we're working with. We haven't announced them yet, but look for some very familiar names to be cast in roles on this, but it's a fun story of Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. It's done in panto style, which is something that has been lifted from the British style of presentation, and it's using contemporary music. So there's going to be a lot of different songs from a lot of contemporary people utilized in this, and it's a fun family show. It is. We're hoping that Nashville will really embrace this style and will embrace this title, and that this is something that we can do year after year, maybe with a different title, but in this kind of format.
Oh, can't wait to see that. So that's going to be Christmas. Yeah, next Christmas. Oh, all right. So all the best, though. I just have to tell you, second chapter coming up, your next chapter rather. Will you keep us informed and what's going to? Okay,
of course.
It's always great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
You've done so many good things for TPAC.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, once again, for ticket info for TPAC's Broadway season, go to tpac.org. Stay tuned. When we return, Brent and Pam are here to take on the day's hot topics. You're watching Out and About Today.